Hi, my name is Yaser Alsultan, and I'm a psychiatry intern in Mullingar, Ireland, originally from Saudi Arabia. Violence was never the solution to anything, really. If anything, it would be the problem rather than the solution. People tend to go to violence when they don't have solutions to their problems, or when they're just fed up, or when they are suffering from violence themselves. So a violence behavior should always be stopped and never be committed by anyone to anyone. And I believe that violence should not be tolerated anywhere, whether it being in schools, homes, streets, and street fights, wars. And violence could take different forms, not only physically, but also verbal violence or emotional violence as well. And sometimes, and I would say sometimes, verbal or emotional violence is more severe than physical violence. And as for what they say, sometimes a word can be stronger than the sword. But violence in all forms should not be tolerated. And if you can do something about that without hurting yourself, hurting those around you, or hurting the people who are under the violence, then by all means do so. But you also got to keep in mind that this violence around the house has other factors around it. So, for example, if it was a child, then you got to be careful how to approach that as an authority, because this child could be without a home if you interfere in a wrong way. So you got to deal with that from the root. You see who is committing the violence. Do they have any mental problems that could be treated so that this family could live a happier life together? Or should you actually just take the child away to protect the child because that environment would be dangerous for the child? So always put these things in mind in order not to do more harm than good. For someone who is working in psychiatry, I can understand the difficulty of that situation, really. Like, sometimes you want to be involved, but also you don't want to be too involved, because sometimes it might cause you a problem. So you need to really find out where the balance is. First, not hurt yourself, protect yourself, and then if you can help others, do so. In all aspects of life, it's important to raise awareness and to talk about issues in the society in order to try to solve it. Some issues can be solved easily by just raising awareness, whether it being medically, since this is my field, or whether it being social or mental or violence related or war related even. Raising awareness is the main cure, let's say, to the problems. Because if you raise awareness and those people become knowledgeable, they will have the power of knowledge in order to continue with their lives and in order to deal with their problems and to deal with other people the way a human should deal with, which is with respect and, if not love, at least not hate, rather than being a consuming person or a materialistic person, to care about the essence and the morals and the feelings of other people. I would say it would have to be respect. If I respect you, I wouldn't act upon that. Like, if I respect the boundaries and I respect the fact you have a privacy, I would respect the way I deal with you and the way you deal with me, then the world would be a better place. When there is no respect, problems and consequences follow that. And I believe that violence is a result of lack of respect, whether to self or to others. We can always start with small things, small act of kindness here and there, because kindness is contagious, really. Like one act of kindness could trigger a circle of kindness around. And some people would think that a small act of kindness, such as helping an elderly cross the street or lifting a little bit of waste from the gardens or the parks or the beach, some people would think this is very small, but it does affect the world. If everybody was doing those small acts, the world would be a better place. And as far as a society goes, I think we should all form a community. And whether it being a community for peace, a community for against global warming, a community for whatever goal you really want to achieve. But if you want to really change the world in a big way, you need to unite as a community and have this common goal and try to achieve it. Because whenever I say to myself, I want to change the world, I can't do that overnight. I need to start with myself, really small, with small acts. Once I build myself, I try to integrate in a community where we share a common goal. And then as a community, as a whole, we can change the world.